I welcome my friends to this first little tutorial on animation and using track motion. This is designed just to be a taste into how you get things to move around in Vegas using track motion. Of course, there's a lot of different ways to make things move, but track motion is probably one of your most powerful ways. And I wanted you to start with just a short video on how to do this, play a little bit with it. So what we're going to do is just take a couple still shots, a couple pictures. You can see I've already got two pictures that I'm going to use. I'm going to do a little thing about yoga, yin and yang, and Shiva Shakti. You can check that out, see what that's all about. And I have a little song. So what you want to do is pause here. You want to just think a minute. What do you want your video to be about? Just get 2, 3, 4 pictures, not too many pictures. And then a little bit of song, and we're going to make a short video just to make things move around without using the little auto buttons. All right. Now, first thing is, if you don't have your Explorer, so you can't get to your stuff, then remember this one. This is a nice thing. Once in a while, like you accidentally close Windows out. Let's say maybe you close your preview, you close your Explorer, and now you're like, oh, I can't get it. So what you want to do is just go to View, Windows Layouts, Load Default Layout. Anytime you're confused and you're missing stuff, just load your layout. It'll come back, and then you'll have everything you need. So let's go ahead and start with a little intro track. So I'm just going to insert a video track. I'm just going to put a little credit. So this is my credit track. I'm going to write it on here. This is a nice habit to start to get into. Label your tracks. Especially as you get more and more tracks, you'll want to have that. So I'm going to insert text media, and I'm just going to write my name on it, just so when it's up on YouTube, and it's kind of a nice little thing. And over time, maybe you'll design like a little logo for yourself. I'm not going to get that deep right now. It's too big, so I'm going to highlight it and knock that font down. It's just something small, right? Have it down in the corner. Maybe even if you know that your 3D text, you could have that thing kind of spinning down there. But whatever, I'm just going to drop it down below here. And I'm not going to have that up there the whole movie, so it's just me sitting there by Mike Richter. And hey, to be good about it, I'll make it yellow. I'll put a little outline around it. Maybe a little outline of blue or something. How's that look? That looks alright. It's kind of muted. Whatever. So I'm going to have that little thing. Now that's going to be the very bottom. So as I insert more tracks, I'm just going to keep dropping that down. Now let's make a little title. So when you're making this video, think of a little theme that you want it to be about. Maybe it's about dogs, maybe it's about cats, maybe it's about people, whatever you want it to be about, your favorite music group. But let's make a little title. So mine's going to be about a little yoga. Insert a little text media, and I'm just going to call it yoga equals union. That's what yoga means. Yoga means union. And I'm going to make that a little smaller too, because it's just too big. And remember, when you're using text, you can use your placement. I'm going to put this up at the top. So far so good. So I haven't done much animation yet. And I'll make this on I'll make it white, and maybe the background, the outline color could be also like a blue. That's kind of nice. Alright, nothing big yet. Alright, so let's get down to it. Let's create a new video track, and we're going to animate something. So I'm going to put my title on the top, so I'm going to drag that track up on top, and then, oops, I want to just drag the whole track up. There. My title track's on top, my credits on the bottom, and then right here, this is going to be my motion track. So I'm just going to label that my motion track. And now I'm going to drag one of these pictures out. So I'll start with my Shiva Shakti. So this is a picture I got off the internet. You want to find one all yourself. And so what I want to do here is I want this thing to move a little bit. I want to move it around the screen. What I'm going to do is just try to like zoom in, start it like really small, I guess. I'll start the picture small. It's going to zoom out towards me. It's going to go right past me, get really big, and then it's going to come back and then slide it to the right. So let's see if I can do that. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to come to right here, track motion. Now if you don't see that, sometimes this happens. Sometimes this gets slid over like this and you can't see it. So you might have to slide that guy over, all right, to see the track motion right there. So I'm going to click on the track motion, and this window is going to pop up. And if you grab it, it will drag in there. Now, what you should do is, you've got more real estate than me because I'm trying to make this video. You should probably move this off to the left side so you got more room. Now I'm just going to kind of move it here because I want to be able to see this box, I want to see my preview, and I want to see my timeline. I kind of want to see all three things at once. To show you this, what we're going to do is insert some keyframes. Remember this stuff from Flash, keyframing. And we're going to move stuff around. Now there's a lot going on in this frame. I'm not going to really reference a lot of this stuff. This is just a simple one to get started. But one thing I want you to notice, sometimes for whatever reason, this thing has been pulled down like this. And then you can't see all this track information down the bottom. So take a look at yours, and if you need to, pull that up. What we're going to be working with is the position. So you can also do track motion stuff with shadows and glows, 2D shadows and glows. We're not going to mess with that. So here's what's really important. I want you to see this. You grab this playhead, and notice as you move it, can you see that what's happening? Over here, the playhead for the main movie is going with it. So I'm controlling that main movie track. Now, the vice versa does not work. If you grab this track and slide it, the guy in the box does not move. So this is going to be very helpful. So watch what we're going to do. Remember I said I want to start the picture really small. So I'm going to come right to the beginning here. I'm going to grab this corner, and I'm just going to push it in. See what's happening? It's getting smaller. Now what you want to think of is it's not that you're getting the picture smaller. Think of it as you're controlling the camera. I'm making the camera zoom out. Now I'm zooming the camera in. You see that? I'm zooming the camera out. That's why the picture is getting smaller. And you can think of it this way. I'm grabbing and I'm making that camera pan around. So what's kind of happening is I'm controlling the camera lens. The camera lens is this little area here in the circle, and then the X and the Y, that's the actual picture. So you can put it right in the center to center it, and you can do that. So what I'm going to do is start, and if you roll your mouse, you can zoom in. I'm going to zoom way in on that picture, so it's going to start nice and small, and I'm going to zoom even a little bit. See, I roll up in the mouse, and I'm going to start a little bit over to the left. I'm going to zoom back out again. All right, now what I want to do is I want to now start to zoom out. So what's happened is by doing that first step, I've created a keyframe automatically right here. See that little diamond right there? There's a keyframe here, which is the original. I'm going to remove that keyframe. See, I had to grab this diamond. These diamonds are keyframes. That was the original one. You can also see over here, it's dragging it. See that little guy? He's moving with me. I'm going to get rid of the original one. That's when the picture is big. And now I'm just going to have this small guy, and I'm going to move him way back to the beginning. So it's going to start with the picture very small. Then I'm going to move the playhead down a little bit downstream. See, it's moving here, moving down a little bit. And now I'm going to make it get all of a sudden really big. Grab it. I have to keep scrolling the mouse out to get myself more space. And I'm going to get that thing so dang big, it's going to just like boom, fly right up into her mouth. Him, her mouth. And so in a very short amount of time, it's gonna automatically tween, if you will. It's gonna just animate, going from small to really big, really quick. And then I'm gonna pulse it right back. I'm gonna get it small again. And so I'm just kind of looking at this, and I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna keep it about the same distance, and now I'm gonna make it really small again. So all I have to do is come back over here, grab that corner, and start to slide it back in. And what happened, Sony Vegas automatically created the keyframe for me. So now I have a keyframe here where it's small, one where it's big, and one where it's back to small. And I want to get it a little bit smaller, so I'm going to zoom in. I want it to end up, you know, about mid-size, because I'm going to bring a second picture up. And I want it to, it's kind of like pulsing. Now I want it to slide to the right. So I'm going to move over a little bit. And now I'm going to move this, slide it to the right. And how about up a little bit? So it's going to end up right about there. So just imagine this in your mind. I made a keyframe here where it was small. It got big. It went back to small. And then it slid over. And all that's going to happen. So let's close this and see. We can see it happening right here. So I'm going to bring it back. I'm just going to press play. Zoop. zooms in, zooms out, slides over. All right? And if you don't like the pacing on it, what you want to do is go back into your track motion, and then you can say, you know what, I want to slow down a little bit. So you can grab these bad boys and slide them, get more distance between them. And that will slow things down a little bit. Or if you want to go faster, you do the opposite way. So that's kind of getting you the hang of that. Play with yours. You know, you can do something different. You don't have to do exactly like mine. Now what I want you to do is notice what happened. The picture, the keyframe went past the picture. The picture ran out. So I needed some more picture length. So I'm gonna grab that and pull it right to the end of the keyframe. And truth be told, I want the picture to stay up. So I'm gonna keep bringing that picture out a little bit. For now, I'm just going to leave it. All right, I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm going to do that later. Because now I want the second picture to come in. I'm going to pause for just a sec. Okay, I was paused. I was thinking a little bit about this. And I checked in and I saw that I'm already at 10, a little bit over 10 minutes, 11 minutes. Man, it goes fast. I'm trying to make these things right on point. But I think this is good. So let me pause. Let me save this video, and this will be part 1, and then part 2 will come back and we'll finish it. I really want to show you a couple more things, especially I want to show you what happens to these keyframes as you add more things down the track. So we'll do a little bit more with this animation, but that's the end for part 1.